Hey guys, welcome to Mysteries Explained, the podcast for curious people who want to hear the details and backstory of famous mysteries and crimes. I'm your host Aubrey, and I'm so excited to be here with you.
Hi, I'm your other host, Ramaya, and in this episode we are going to tell the story on the Alcatraz escape.
Let's jump in now. Alright, we're going to start with some backstory.
For starters, Alcatraz was a high-security prison located today on Alcatraz Island in San Francisco, California.
It's surrounded by water that can have temperatures that go as low as 46 degrees and as high as 55.
It was thought to be the highest security prison in 1962.
But in that year, 3 men did what was thought to be impossible. They escaped. The first 2 men were named John and Clarence Anglin. The brothers were very close when they were young, but had many siblings, and their family was too poor to provide enough for them. The brothers were often involved in burglaries and were in and out of jails because they were known for trying to escape them. In early 1961, the brothers were sent to Alcatraz prison. Now we will move on to Frank Morris. Frank Morris became an orphan at just 11 years old and was convicted of his first crime at 13.
Frank had been involved in many crimes, including armed robbery, and was later admitted to Alcatraz in 1960.
Now we're going to talk about the prison conditions and hatching of the plan. Now, the people who hatched this plan were actually pretty smart, and somehow they managed to go through with it.
Things.
Yeah, they're pretty good at it though. Like
Yeah.
They're smart for being in prison with not a lot of resources.
That is so true. All right. Daily life in Alcatraz was no easy task. They were allowed only 4 rights: medical attention, shelter, food, and clothing, and only family visits were earned by working.
I mean, those do sound like the life necessities, but
Yeah,
the
true.
clothing was so bad. And like, imagine if you
Exactly,
didn't want to
like,
work, like you couldn't see
Exactly.
your family.
It's kind of
I
messed
feel
up.
like maybe their family could have helped them because they could have
Yeah.
snuck stuff in. I mean, it was supposed to be high security, but you never know if they
And they escaped,
yeah. All right. The men were placed in neighboring cells and almost immediately started hatching a plan to escape. Frank Morris was the brains of the operation and had an IQ of a whopping 133, so he was really smart.
The men then used metal spoons to begin digging into the concrete around the metal vents located in their cells.
They used a makeshift drill to speed up the process made out of a vacuum cleaner motor. I don't know how they made a drill
Exactly.
out
How
of...
did they even get the vacuum cleaner?
That's weird. How did they get a vacuum cleaner if they were only around...
Okay.
Yeah, if they were only allowed basic needs, how would they get a vacuum cleaner?
Exactly.
They fashioned fake dummy heads made of plaster, flesh tone paint, and real human hair. So that means that they were cutting their own hair.
Exactly. That's kind of crazy. There was a small pipe room behind their cells that they were able to access. They used the room to make all of their tools and materials.
They made wooden paddles and a raft out of more than 50 raincoats that they stole. The wooden paddles were actually made of just like a small little board, and then they took a thick plank. I forgot what it's called, like a 2x4, but
Yeah.
a little bit longer, and they drilled it with
Oh my
screws
gosh, how?
somehow onto the thing, and it just made a kind of
Yeah, like a
trashy looking
paddle.
paddle. And then
Another
50
question?
raincoats.
Exactly. How did the guards not notice all of the raincoats just gone? 50 raincoats.
Maybe it only took them about a year and a half to go. So
Yeah.
that means that they would probably have to steal a lot of
in
raincoats.
their time too. The day of the escape, they put dummy heads in their beds to fool the guard. In the night, they climbed out through the vents into a small room.
Once they were in the room, they found a ceiling door, but it was very high up. It was about I would say probably 12 feet up. It was pretty high that they had to climb.
Yeah, they were just not playing. They wanted to get out. Once they got into the room, they used the pipes on the walls to climb up and access the vents.
They used their raft made out of the raincoats and paddles to assist them on their freezing journey. I want to know how they fit a paddle and a whole raft out of that thing. But they did make a inflation tool to inflate it.
Yeah,
I
I
just
really
don't
just
know.
don't know how they got all these materials.
And they had to climb up. Maybe they made a chain system or whatever. But
yeah, just a lot of don't know how.
Here's the interesting part, though. We don't know if they made it 50 feet away or 50 states away. Nobody knows where they went. There was no remains found and no evidence of anything.
They possibly drowned. However, many searches have been done, yet no remains have been found.
However, a letter was made to the FBI from one of the escapees. The first most interesting part about the letter is that he was 83 years old when he was writing it. He also stated that they all made it out, but he was dying of cancer. The second part, he said, "If you announce on TV that I will be promised to just go to jail for no more than a year and get medical attention, I will write back to you to let you know exactly where I am." It was a weird request because wouldn't he rather die than go to jail at 83? But
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know. It's a mystery for now. Anyways, that wraps up this episode of Mysteries Explained. We hope you enjoyed our discussion on the escape. And I'd like to thank Ramaya for being my co-host. We love to hear from you if you enjoyed today's show. You can connect with us on social media, letting us know your thoughts, questions, or topics for future episodes. Until next time, this is Aubrey
And Ramaya.
signing off. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey guys, welcome to Mysteries Explained, the podcast for curious people who want to hear the details and backstory of famous mysteries and crimes. I'm your host Aubrey, and I'm so excited to be here with you.
Hi, I'm your other co-host, Ramaya, and welcome.
In this episode, we are going to tell the legend of the Loch Ness Monster. Let's jump in now. The Loch Ness Monster, also known as Nessie, is a mythical creature in Scottish folklore that is said to inhabit Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. It is often described as large, long-necked, and with one or more humps.
There has been many reported sightings of this creature, but no one knows if it's true or not.
This monster's alleged existence was brought to worldwide attention in August of 1933. George Spicer's sighting was the one that was published. Many people decided that they were interested in this after it was published.
Some people say that after it was published, many letters were sent to newspapers with alleged sightings of and pictures of the Loch Ness Monster.
People would describe it as a monster fish, a sea serpent, or a dragon, but the name that most use now is Nessie. Many people called it monster fish, sea serpent, or dragon, but the final name for it was Nessie. It comes from the name Loch Ness, which is where the monster is said to live. I mean, I feel like Nessie's way cuter than sea serpent.
Adorable name
Yeah.
to me.
There's a picture of this creature that looks like a head, like
Yeah, just
almost
coming
like
out.
a plesiosaur, which is aquatic dinosaur,
Yeah.
just like swimming around. People still look for it today, but no one has proven its existence. That's crazy. Like, I don't know. It's weird to me that people still look for it, even though
Yeah,
no one's
true.
proven it.
And it's like, it's not even that big of a deal.
Wouldn't
'cause,
it be
I
dead
mean,
by now?
Yeah, it probably would be.
And if there's only one, then maybe there is no Nessie. Maybe there was Nessie, but it's not here.
Yeah, maybe it's gone. Maybe the Nessie's gone.
Yeah. Anyways, this was a pretty short story, but we do hope that you enjoyed hearing a little bit of background on the Loch Ness Monster. That wraps up this episode of Mysteries Explained. We hope you enjoyed our discussion on the Loch Ness Monster. I want to say thank you to Ramaya for being my co-host. We'd love to hear from you if you enjoyed today's show. You can connect with us on social media, letting us know your thoughts, questions, or topics for future episodes. This is Aubrey,
And Ramaya.
signing off.